Me will recommend if you are here with me. Thank God it's Friday. Thank God it's Friday, guys. You're welcome. You're welcome, guys. Good morning, good morning. Thank God it's Friday. How are you? I'm coming. Oh, I'm trying to put a comment. TGIF. Aproko with spice. So you guys are welcome, guys. So you will let it kill me. Afolami Ayodeji. Auntie Nike. Eshema. Rich Tiger. Good morning. Happy Friday, guys. Afolami Ayodeji. Queen Esther. Oluweke. Good morning. Rashidat Banjoko. Good morning. Glory Evu. Good morning. You go find me. Wetin I do? I came late. Say Tony, good morning. My name's sake. Michael Abiodun Ekarosa. Ayomi Kunda Miju. Touch Wealth. Temitope Adede. Good morning. Wetin I do? Glory, why you won't find me? I posted a comment that I will be running late. Apologies. I left a comment there that I'm running late. I woke up late. No vex. And when I wake up, already there are so many messages waiting, so many calls I have to attend to, family, and one or two other people. No vex, so you cannot find me. I actually put it there that I was going to run late. I'm in a civilized world. I know the right thing to do. Immediately I noticed I was going to run late. I put it there, and I said, sorry guys, I am running late. By me. Good morning. Ẹ káàárọ̀, a kú ojúmọ́. Ojúmọ́ ire mọ́ wa. Thank God it's Friday. Please help us to press on the like as you call me. And ẹ wo nǹkan tí mo kọ. Ẹ jẹ́ n delete nǹkan tí mo kọ yìí. Auntie Nike, where's my birthday cake? Where is my birthday cake? I will still pay fine. Mo ti gbọ́. How much is my fine? Let me know first. Tell me my fine first. Ó ṣe Temitope. Let me pin this your own comments. Na rubbish and nonsense I go type the last time. So because it's Friday, we are doing something different this morning. Especially for some of us who are having children that will soon be getting married. $1 million, péré, it's not plenty. Give me something that is plenty. Give me something that is plenty. That one you mentioned is not plenty. I will give you something plenty. Go be Angelo, how are you, Jerry? Give me something that is plenty. So good morning, guys. We can start now. Good morning to you. Thank God it's Friday. If you are just getting to see my face, Ajifowo Baje. I think that's what I used to call you. Until I me change my name, Ajifowo Baje, meaning wake up and touch wealth. Ajifowo Baje. Ajifowo Baje. Okay. Orúkọ ńlá ni o. Ajifowo Baje. All right. $1 trillion. I am not CBX now. How can you ask me to pay $1 trillion? Ọmọ tó lọ already pay welcome, Jerry. Welcome, everybody. How na day? Umbobu. Thank God it's Friday. As usual, you know, we try to talk on family issues on weekends. We try to talk on family issues on weekends, and this is a story that inspired me to bring out this topic. It didn't inspire me. The story actually calls for caution for parents who have children at a certain age, especially age 20 upwards. Sister Debbie, good morning. You're welcome. So, it's a story that I thought some of us can learn from. True life story. This happened yesterday. I got about the story yesterday and I said, this is something that we should look at, we should talk about, especially with parents that has children that might be getting married soon, or we are looking forward to them getting married, or they are almost getting through school. That's your daughter, that's your son. How prepared are they for marriage? How ready are they for marriage? Because we just look at age and we want to push these children and say, go and marry. I remember when I was young, in those days, in my generation, immediately after school, the next thing is for us to push girls, the girl children, to go and marry. Most times people don't even bother if that girl child has anything. They say once you are through with school, don't be smelling in the house. A man should come and carry you. And I remember at that time, most of my mates in our early 20s, they were already getting married. I was not married then. And there was a quarrel between me and one of the big sisters in our compound. And this big sister did not look at anything to abuse me with, other than, look at you, all your mates have gotten married. Look at your life. All your mates. Banji, good morning, Okafor, you're welcome. All your mates have gotten married. Look at you. You are just smelling in the house. Nobody is ready to marry you. And you know what? In those days, because of the kind of mentality and low self-esteem we used to have, I started crying. Ask me how old I was. I started crying. Otoma and Auntie Yima saw. Everybody is almost, all my mates are almost, all of them are married, finish. It's more like I'm the only big auntie in the compound. That everybody, anything. Auntie, go and meet Auntie Tony. Something. Auntie Tony is there. When children fight in the compound, Nami go settle quarrel. As the big auntie in the house then. Àwọn ẹgbẹ́ ti lọ sílé ọkọ. Thank you, Auntie Nike. When the children quarrel in the house, Nami go settle quarrel. When anybody born pikin in the house, Nami go help them take care of babies in the compound. Then, as the big auntie in the compound, ask me how old I was still a baby. But as at then, these are the time, the generation whereby even some of our mates from secondary school, they got pregnant and got married. Their parents didn't see anything bad in it. They just pushed them to go and get married. Instead of asking them to go back to school, they pushed them, go and get married. We saw our mates then. We are going to call in, but let me finish. When some people after OND, they get married, they get pregnant, they go and get married. Some after secondary school, they will go and learn a trade. Immediately after the trade, they get married. You now wonder why today many of those women are not married. You want to ask yourself that question. Why, despite the fact that they got married early, most of them today, they are single mothers out there. And the repeat is happening again in our midst. Auntie Ekaroma, Auntie Bola, Bridget, good morning, Osai. So at that time, when you don't get married on time, I said, ask me how old I was. I was 22, going 23 then. In fact, this auntie gave me a song to abuse me. There is this barista song. Awangba basketball. Now so that my auntie, that big auntie in that compound, change the song. They take am abuse me. Odo ọdún mẹ́jọ kó tó lọ́kọ. Odo ọdún mẹ́jọ kó tó lọ́kọ. Telling me before I get married, 8 years we knack. Me sef begin cry. I begin cry. Inote, I met my late husband. And I will tell you what I was in my brain is I want to marry. I want to marry. I am going to be factual. You know my page is really reality, real talk. I want to marry. I want to marry. And before you say jagropping sin, I was already living with the man. Yes, I loved him. This man didn't have work. Oh, he was a student. Me, I was having work. Okay? I am telling you what played out in our generation in those days. Except we want to lie to ourselves. Except we want to pretend. I know many people who from secondary school getting pregnant got married. I know many people who from after OND got married. Many people in my generation then, by 22, 23, they already have children. By 26, they are done having children. I have a friend who is a grandmother, about to be a great-grandmother. Somebody said I had my first child. Unfortunately, I did not have children on time. I had children I started having children when I was almost 30. You remember I told you my story. I didn't have children on time until I was about 30 years old. Yeah, I was 30 years old before I had my child. At that stage, in those times, a girl child, all they think about is you getting married, not about you developing yourself and becoming somebody in life before you get married. Okay, somebody said I had my firstborn at 23. Kò èyí tó fi síbẹ̀ tẹ́lẹ̀ mú yẹn jáde kó tó síbẹ̀. Ó ṣe. Ṣó ti jẹun? Kí ló máa jẹ? Mọ́mọ́yìn yẹn ńkọ́, mọ́yìn wà. Àti ògì. Mọ́mọ́yìn wà, mo dẹ̀ ti gbókì náà síta. So at that time, Bami, thank you for confirming. Secondary school at that time, I have a lot of friends that we finished secondary school together that did not go, they didn't further. I have many of them that we finished from secondary school. Immediately they get pregnant like this, Ile Okoya. And as at that time, there is a way they behave. There is a they behave at that time. And they behave like King Kong, as if they have hit jackpots. Somebody said, those that are late to marry today, can you see how difficult it is for them to get a man to marry? My darling sister, the world is revolving. The world is revolving. Hello? The world is revolving. We better know these facts as parents too, so that we can be there for our children in case not everybody will get married. Chukudi, okay, I'll put a number when we are ready. I saw your text. I'm seeing your message. I'll put it, your comments, so you don't have to repeat it. Somebody said, I had my high school friends who graduated from high school and some married to our teachers. God bless you. We have some of them like that too. I have some of them like that. Got married to our teachers. And today, they are grandparents and about to be great-grandparents. Of course, we can say it's a beautiful thing. But do you want to really look at self-development, achievements? Why do we have a lot of bitter single mothers out there? Many of them gave birth when they were not supposed to give birth. They were not fully ready. Before you want to get married, before you push your child to get married, how ready is that your child? Mentally, psychologically, physically, emotionally. Are you telling me marriage is all about life? Is marriage a fulfillment? If marriage is a fulfillment, why do we have many bitter souls out there? If marriage is a fulfillment, why do we have a lot of people find themselves even down inside that marriage? If marriage is a fulfillment, why are people divorcing? Thank you financially too. How ready is that your daughter? Is that your son in handling the issue of marriage? Marriage is not for weak. How ready is that your son? How ready is that your daughter? Now, let me tell you the story I got. This story, I'll try and curry it a little bit so the owner of the story will not know it's their story. Anyway, I was not the one they told the story to. I got the story from another person. This girl is married. She's 22, going 23. She's married with children. She has 1 or 2 children. I won't mention how many children. When she got married, barely 2 years ago, the marriage, as I'm talking, is about to break. Now, it is not about it being breaking. It's about the girl having nothing to stand on. Because when she got married, immediately she got married, according to her, the husband say, don't work again. And you want to wonder, how old is a girl, this lady that the husband is telling, do not work again because you are married, number 1. Number 2, how much does that guy has as a young man to stop the wife working? Ẹjọ́ parents tẹ́ wà níbí, ẹ má bá mi dì mú so you can talk to your children, your girl child, your boy child. Because some people make that mistake. Immediately they marry, they will tell the woman, don't work again. It's unfortunate people are still doing it. And some ladies are dancing to that tune. And today they are biting their fingers of regret. Not only that, the parents that are supposed to put these children right, they are not seeing anything wrong in it. Now, this particular story, the mother is involved in the case now. This lady got married and she had children, okay? So her last visit to the hospital to have children, there was complication with the child. While the child was in hospital, the doctor, was still in the hospital under admission. Somebody said at 23, where did you get the money to pay dowry plus the whole wahala that follows it? God bless you, my brother. That is why many of them, they rush in, they rush out. They rush in, they rush out. I want to get married, I want to get married. How prepared are you? The person you are getting, most times when these girls get married, they get married to people who are older than them. I was lucky, I got married to somebody of my age group. So we are both moving at the same pace. But when you now get, your daughter wants to go to marry somebody older than her, then either you like it or not, there will be manipulation, there will be so many other things. If that your daughter is not prepared, not only financially, mentally, psychologically, in every way to manage home fronts. This is somebody probably has never even managed herself alone. You've been managing her all her life and suddenly you throw her out there. This is why many mothers, they follow their children into marriage and those children will not enjoy the marriage because there is influence of parenting. Because you yourself know that you have not, the girl is not matured enough to go and marry. And what takuti and one money in marriage in and ma fimu feel everything they are doing. Because you know they are not prepared. They are not ready. They are not matured enough. They can't handle it. Why do you follow them into their marriage? If you know what is going on among our people these days, maybe because of this show that I do, I hear a lot. A child is getting married. Parents are involved. You are following your children into their marriage. Are you supposed to? No. Once a child decides to get married, they are telling you they are ready to take care of themselves. They are telling you they are matured enough. They are telling you, except you yourself know they are not ready. That is when you want to follow them. except you yourself know there is some lapses in their lives. That is when you follow them. And unfortunately, this happened with our generation, and it is being transferred to the next generation. And that is why divorce will continue to be on the increase, especially among the young ones. Do you know what? The younger generation, their own marriage is not even lasting anymore. Shebi, you and I, no, I didn't divorce. Most of us that got divorced, some of you stayed till for 15 years. Some of you stayed 20 years. Some of you say 10 years. Some of you say 25 years before you walk out. The children of today are not even staying at all. They are not ready to endure anything. They are not ready to stay. Especially the working ones. You see, the ones that are not working, they are the ones that are worst off now. Because they are staying and they are being abused. And this is the case of the story I am talking about. So this guy stopped this lady from working. And this lady had complication with birth in hospital. And unfortunately, the child was hospitalized. The pastor of the parent of the boy now told the lady and say, go and carry that child from the hospital. They were running her life for her. She went to carry the child from the hospital. Oh yeah, somebody said you should give us more like. Oh yeah, we'll pause. Oh yeah, more like. Oh yeah, more likes. More likes. Let me see. How many likes now do we have? Who is doing that admin job? Ofori. How many likes do we have now? You are the one that said they should give more likes. Mumbo. Emma worry o mo ma gba gbogbo alaye ka calling when we are ready. $31. And how many people are watching? How many people watching? Okay, let me click here. 267. 264. I have 267 here. Anyways, so this lady, they asked her to bring the child from the hospital. And she went to carry the baby from the hospital. Immediately she got home, not long the baby died. After the baby died, pressure started in the house. Number 2, this lady had C-section to have the baby. The C-section was not healed, and the husband became abusive. The husband has been abusive stylishly, but immediately the problem started, probably out of pressure, whatever, the husband became more abusive and was beating her, even with the C-section. Now, where I was now baffled, where I became like, what's going on? I became interested in the case, was the mother of this girl know very well that her daughter is being abused day in, day out inside that house. In fact, she met the guy beating her daughter, trying to strangle her. And the mother was there. So, further probe, when they were talking, was like, how old are you? The girl mentioned her age. What were you doing before you got married? Apparently, she was just through with school. And she was ready to marry. And the mother said, oh yeah, go and marry. And they push her because they felt Okonwolode. Okonwolode, kò sọ́kùnrin ńta. They push the girl, go and marry. Àwọn ẹgbẹ́ wa ń ta tán ọ̀rọ̀ kọ. You are so lucky. We have made ọkùnrin the ultimate at the detriment of sustenance, at the detriment of fulfillment, at the detriment of being your own somebody. Many women today are lost, no identity, because they say go and marry, and when they marry. While so many women today, they are making impacts. Their names are being heard all over the world. Yes, wọn ò tí marry, wọn ò tí marry, wọn ò tí lọ́kọ, but the impact they are making. Auntie Bola, ẹ lọ́lọ́pàá máa kó everybody. You will not believe, Auntie Bola Amuludun, the mother is even finding a way to beg the guy kó má bá ọmọ jà mọ́, so that the girl can continue to stay. Mi ò rí irú Ọlọ́run rí. Mi ò rí irú Ọlọ́run rí. Korokoro in your eyes. Somebody is beating your daughter. You saw him beating your daughter. He was ready to even beat you along. But because you failed as a parent, you thought ọkọ ni ultimate form ẹ obìnrin. Sherry, you see the way we stylishly destroy our girl children. Can you see how we stylishly destroy our girl children in the name of marriage is the ultimate? Marriage is the ultimate. Without a man, you are nobody. Shetiri, the woman saw the guy beating this girl with C-section stitches that is not even healed at all. She is even having issues with the C-section. The girl is having issues with the C-section because the thing is not healing. It's still open. And the place is smelling already. So that girl is dealing with that already. And a failed mother. I was pissed off. Somebody said, why is she listening to her mother as an adult? Can't she run away? How old is this girl we are talking about? We are talking about a girl of 23 years old. To me, that's still a baby. What does she know? What does she know? How equipped was she? How prepared was she? Mentally, psychologically, physically, financially, and all the rest. To face what she has faced. C-section. It's not enough to go and marry. It's what you are going to meet in that marriage. She got married. She became pregnant. She had to go through CS at age 22, 21, 22. The CS is not healing. She's dealing with that. Now coupled with an abusive husband. Please, even as a 40-year-old woman, can you manage that successfully? I'm asking. You said she is a full-grown adult. How many people can manage that mentally and emotionally? How many? Coupled with the fact that financially she's not independent. To now crown it all. Oh baby, I like you. Please be real when you are talking. You say, auntie, she's not a baby. Excuse me. I got married at 23 in another country. I saw Shege. I ran away after 11 years. Why didn't you run away immediately? You said you ran away after 11 years. Why didn't you run away immediately? Why did you run away after 11 years? Why? This is another case whereby the person that is supposed to be a support system. And this is where I said this video is for parents. What is the role of a mother? What is the role of a parent? So because your daughter or your son has gotten married, that is the end of your parenting. In as much as I don't succumb to us poking nose into their affairs, it doesn't matter. It doesn't mean when they are in danger, you lay back. Our mother was there. Our mother was supposed to be our support system. Our mother was supposed to be our comfort, our haven, where she would say, come, my daughter. The mother was the one that was still saying, akọ̀nwé ẹni tó máa bá wa dẹ́rù bà kó lè má fọwọ́ kàn mọ́. We have taken him to Kinikan family support unit. We have taken him to police station. They asked him to write undertaking that in case anything happens to my daughter, he will pay the price. Osinachi has gone. Who is paying the price of Emma Binu? Again, clear throat to me. Osinachi has gone. Who is paying the price of Osinachi's death? Is it the parents of Osinachi or the husband that has been doing another kerewa on another woman since then? Somebody said, where is the girl's father? The girl's father too is there. He's at home. The girl's father is saying she should not come back to the house. But when that girl now pie, they will be the one to come out and say, "Wọ́n pa ọmọ àwọn." If that girl now pie in the process that they are fighting, it is still the same parents that will come out on social media and say, "Justice for our daughter. Justice for their daughter, not daughter Temi." They will be the one to come out. At this dispensation, some parents are still forcing their daughter. When that girl was now asked, "Okay, Ìyàwó, what do you want? What is going on?" Ìyàwó explained, "How long have you been married? What were you doing? When last did you work?" All those questions. Daughter could not provide. Daughter was just like, it was not like that before. Yes, I know he has a temper. I saw the sign, but I never knew he could lay his hands on me. He's only always playing with me. He likes rough play. And from the rough play, he will be punching me, and I will punch him back. And from there, we will start fighting. And they told him not to do that to me again. Thank you, oh baby. And they told him not to do that. Let me pin your gift. Thank you. And they told him not to do that to me again. But he continued. And when I was now complaining, I was asking him to give me money for food. That was when they now asked him, money for food. Ni ọdún wo? So you are saying that how many years marriage? You don't have the money of your own. You see why you cannot just push children to go and marry. When they are seeing something that is not good, because they are not financially stable. A girl child, that's the man that your girl daughter is going to marry. Is not your daughter's ATM. Is not the one to upgrade your daughter. Hello? That daughter, that girl that your daughter wants to marry, that person is not your daughter's ATM. If you are failed as a parent, don't go and mess up somebody's life. Yes, you know why? You see all these men too. They have blood. They are human beings. When pressure too much, a man will react. When you stress a man too much, they will react. Even the character that man does not know he has, it will come out of him when stress too much. How will somebody just marry? And that thing is rampant among our people. Once they woo our daughter, and some people, not me alone, even me, despite the fact that I marry, I was the hardworking one. My husband was hardworking, but I was hardworking too. And I would have made that mistake. I think I have told my story. When I became pregnant with my first daughter, my first child, my husband stopped me from working too. But before he stopped me from working, I had my business. And the things, my business things that I sold off, I had the money saved in an account. After that, when he was to ask me to stop working, I said, "You have to start a business for me before I stop." And he told me, "What do you want?" He said he doesn't want me going out because of I told you I got pregnant late. I was almost 30 when my mates are done having children. In those days, not now. So I told him, I said, "Okay, if I have to stop working." Then Okada was just raining. I said, "Can you buy me 2 Okada? 1 Okada." So he bought 1 Okada for me. So I give it out. They bring the money for me every month, every day. So that was like my daily earning. I was saving it. I was not touching the money. Ibitori ọmọbìnrin mi ò tí ń pé nìyẹn. Not only that, after some months, I told him I want to buy another one. That the money I have saved, he should add to it. We bought the second one, making 2. All the money was my money. I don't use it for anything. A man wants to stop you from working. What alternative has he given you? What alternative income has he provided for you to stop working because you get married? Ẹ jọ̀ọ́, ẹ jẹ́ ká bá àwọn ọmọ wa obìnrin sọ̀rọ̀, ká dẹ̀ monitor wọn. Come on, obìnrin wá fẹ́ sọ pé òun fẹ́ marry. Ask her, how much do you have in your account? How much have you saved? What job do you have to bá fẹ́ marry? It is not about I want to marry. You want to marry, okay. What job do you have? How much have you saved? Ìtorí jawiri ni. You see this money, even Bible talk am. Fẹ́yìntì ẹ bá ń ka Bible. Money is a weapon. Money is a strength. Money is your defense. Go and ask many people. Many people going through abuse is because they don't have alternative. Number one, they don't have financial wherewithal to move. Number two, some of them do not have the courage. Number three, they don't have the support, moral support from the right people. Who are the right people? Family. Either the mother, the father, the sister, the brother, people close to them. Or they don't have the money to. People might not like what I am saying. Are you saying marriages should be breaking up? Marriage that will lead to loss of life should break. There's nothing anybody is doing there. But if you now like it, may your child enter such marriage. How can somebody with C-section that is not yet healed, all because of money, useless money? How much was the girl asking for? The girl was asking for money for food. I am still breastfeeding. My mother is the one managing to give us money to buy gari, to buy this. Give me money. The guy said he doesn't have money. From there, wahala start. Like play, begin bitter. With C-section, it was while he was beating her that the mother came in and met them fighting. And the mother started beating the guy at the back. Leave my son, leave my daughter, leave my daughter, leave my daughter. By the time they called the husband's mother said, "Ẹ̀yin ìyá ọkọ, ẹ má bẹ̀rù Ọlọ́run o." And unfortunately, all this wahala is being caused by women. All this wahala is being caused by women. By the time they called the husband's mother was telling them, "Tọ́mọ yín ò bá ṣe kò ní lù." I'm like, what? So, you marry a girl for your son to be beaten because he's a man. Are you for real? So you are supporting, as a mother, your son beating somebody's daughter. You are not even looking at Obaku Omwenu Ashenwo. Or because you think it's Nigeria, where you can just do everything. I was beaten during my pregnancy. My ex-mother-in-law said, "Ile oko, ile eko." You see that slogan? Mo hate slogan yen. Ile oko is not ile eko. Ke ko shidanu. Gbogbo àwọn tó bá ń sọ rú ẹ̀. Gbogbo àwọn slogan Yorùbá òfò tẹ́ fi ń ba ayé jẹ́. Ẹ kó shidanu. What is ile oko, ile eko? Ile oko, ile ìgbádùn. Ẹ kọ́ wèrè wo ni? Ẹ kọ́ wèrè wo ni? Ile oko is not ile eko. School is ile eko. Anything you want to learn is from your parents' house. Both boy child and girl child. And our problem is we focus on the girl child. We don't train the boy child on how to take care of children. You see, somebody said I was beaten to during pregnancy. And these are women, mothers that should know better. Mothers that have gone through abuse. Mothers that have gone through so many things. And one or two mama so you can imagine a mother saying, if your daughter did not do anything, it will not beat him. It will not beat her. Timbari ya ọkọ yẹn. In fact, bóyá oníkálùkù bó ṣe ṣe tiẹ̀ o. Bóyá ọmọdé ká wa lára jura wa lọ. Me, somebody will beat my daughter. Ṣó ya wèrè ni. Wọ́n ṣépè fún ẹni. Ó ní rúrú ẹ̀ mọ́. Ọlọ́pàá máa kó everybody ni. Wàá lu ọmọ mi. Torí pé kí ni? Èmi ni máa kó ẹrù ẹ̀. Tó bá wá jẹ́ ká kó máa fún ẹlẹ́rù. Máa mú ọmọ mi kúrò ńbẹ̀. Someone is saying, filed for divorce after 15 years of abuse. I'm in a foreign land but stayed because of family and church. I can't anymore. The damages church has done is that one is another story on abuse. They enable abuse. Church and Muslim, they can enable abuse. You know, when this case got to the pastors of the church, the same pastor that cried their son when they said they should go and carry that baby from hospital, tí ọmọ yẹn fi kú, the same pastor was telling them that the girl, that the boy, that they will settle it and say, Kinekan. They were now blaming that lady. You know, the way we blame victims in our country is very, very crazy. It's very easy for people to blame victims and allow the person that is victimizing the person to go scot-free and feel they have done the right thing. You will see some people, tí ó bá ṣe kíní kan wọn ò ní lù, ó jọ ọmọ ẹni tó ń lù. Tó bá provoke, tó lè take, dá padà sílé ìyá ẹ̀. Yeah, that's the worst. Dá padà ohun títorí ẹ̀ bá máa fi straight. Why are you laying hands on somebody? Tí ẹ bẹ̀rù tẹ́ni yẹn bá kú. Dẹ́ báwo lẹ ṣe ń gbáyàn torí mi ṣe wà yìí lẹ́yìn àwọn ọmọ tí mo bí. Mi rò pé mo gbáyàn rí. I've never fought in my life. Not when I was in school. Not when I can't remember, probably when I was a baby. But since I know me as a person, I know myself as a woman being, which I can say since when I was about 7 years old, I have never seen myself physically engaged with somebody till date. And the mother of that guy was supporting him. My question to the mother of the girl, when I had the story and I was asking the people, I said, how come the woman allowed that girl to go and marry without that girl having a job? Why did she allow the girl to marry without having a savings? What was the value of the girl into that marriage? What was the value she took into that marriage? Èèyàn kan ò lè lọ́mọ lówó bẹ́ẹ̀. Ọmọ tán fowó tọ́. Tó mọ̀yà tó jẹ lórí ẹ̀. But I see that we have some women, some mothers, tó jẹ́ wípé àwọn gan ní low self-esteem fúnra wọn. Such mothers will push their children, no matter how much they have spent on their children, they will still push their daughter into abusive relationship because ilé ọkọ is ilé ẹ̀kọ́, ẹni tí ò bá dé lọ́kọ is nobody lójú yín. Mothers, especially, I'm going to talk to mothers. I'm going to talk to mothers. Mothers, because ẹ̀yin gangan ló ní wàhálà. Obìnrin ló ń da nǹkan rú jù. Àwa náà la dẹ̀ máa sunkún jù. Please, build self-esteem in your life and the life of your children. You see that your girl child is looking at you. They are looking at your strengths when it comes to issues of relationship. They are looking at the bullshit you are collecting from men. They are looking at the abuse you are collecting. And they may think it's a normal way of life. No, it is not my normal way of life. Abuse can never be a normal way of life. It has sent many to psychiatric home. It has sent many to the grave beyond. They said last year, not the total record though, a particular charity group concerning domestic violence said they buried 420 women last year on this domestic violence thing, and they buried 15 men. Look at the ratio. 420 women and 15 men, all in the name of domestic violence. Etituni. Kilo Bahashi.
I will try and do that quick weave again.
Okay.
Anybody can
Kini yoko.
bleach.
Ó wà nsàlẹ̀. Ó wà ní ibẹ̀ yẹn mo rí lálẹ́.
Oh.
Kini irun yín ló ń béèrè.
Yeah.
Oh, mo ti take it back.
Okay.
Yeah. Kò síṣẹ́ lé nìyí.
I don't have anything to do.
O ti login. The church and my family made him the victim after beating me in the condition. They asked why I called the police and were angry. They said I should have called them instead of police. Ṣé ń gbọ́ ṣé? Kó lè tún lù ẹ́ pa. Kó lè tún lù enjoy me. We enable abusers too much. Women, mothers, I will still throw it back to you. Let your boy children know the importance of not touching a woman. Teach them how to walk away. Teach them how to comport themselves when they are angry. But because some of them have seen you and your husband beating each other, some of them have seen you the way their father has been beating you and you stay there. Some of them have seen their father the way he's angry and he scatter everything. They think it is a way of life. As a mother, you are in trouble. Seek help for that your son. Koto marry. If you know your son has gone through, has witnessed abuse, has gone through abuse as a mother, please seek help for that your son. Let him go for therapy before he will go and carry somebody's daughter. How many of you remember the case of one guy that a banker, they were members of Redeem, that stabbed the wife several times in Nigeria? How many of you remember that case? The guy has been sentenced to death too in Nigeria. And if you look at this couple, beautiful couple, I think they have 1 or 2 children between them. Between them. Ajere wọn. You remember Omotola, God bless you, sister me. Ẹ rántí case yẹn. They went to school, doing very well, and everything. If I call, God bless you. Area yẹn ló ti ṣẹlẹ̀. Lọ́gbà. They are living in the upstairs house by. That story went viral. Tutu fẹ́ máa mú mi jẹ́ cover ẹsẹ̀ mi wọ socks. Be hard. 2 lives, yes. 2 lives. The husband was a pastor in Redeem. Young people, young couple. And if I bet you know, all because somebody cannot control their temper. All because somebody is abusive. The girl, the lady pie, the husband sentenced to death too. Because of the way he pied the lady. Several stabs. Oh, no. Now tell me, what is the benefit of their marriage? Tell me if they are still single today. Is their life not better? You will see some people decide. You don't know what is behind their decision. You don't know why they are making their decision. Yes, the lady works with Sky Bank. I know she was working with a bank. I can't remember. You are right, Tina. The lady works with a bank. Used to work with a bank. You see people make decisions these days. You don't know why and what is behind their decision. You don't know what they saw. You don't know what they went through. You don't know what they witnessed with their parents. And some will say they don't want to marry. They just want to have children. Please respect their wish. torí ò bá wọn rí journey wọn. And don't look down on them. It doesn't mean that you are married, you are better off than them. Okay, is it Titi Arowolo? Titi Arowolo was the one of Ibadan, the lawyer, if I'm not mistaken. That's another story entirely. Again, it's about domestic abuse too. That one by the husband. One thing I always thank God for in my life, none of my children witness what is called witness abuse in my life. I'm so scared of that thing. Anytime I see videos of parents abusing themselves in the presence of their children, I'm always so scared. I'm like, how will they be normal witnessing this kind of a thing? One video was sent to me last week. Apart from this case we are talking of, last week, the woman, mugbe modaron. I can't show you the video to the community standard. It's not allowed. I will have shown you the video. After the husband don't beat and finish, come and see. Titi Arowolo was the lawyer. She's walking around freely now in Nigeria. Somebody says she teaches in their school. She's no more practicing law. So that one anymore. So they have worked out to work in a school. Because her family are influential in Ibadan. They have released her. She only spent 2 years in jail after paying that man. That is the country we live in. There are so many of these cases that doesn't come out. Oh. Many of these cases do not come out. Many domestic violence is not recorded. One was sent to me last week. This happened last week. This particular one I'm talking of. The video is here on my phone. On my phone. I won't show you the video, but my sound there. I can't sound there. I'll just allow you to hear the sound.
Joshua, where is Philip?
Sherry Omutegboyen, that voice you just heard. The woman, all her body. Omuni mongo yo. All her body with serious cuts everywhere. Serious bruises, including her head. Hey, did you see the woman that was beating the husband sitting on the toilet seat? The woman beat the man blue black. No, I didn't see it. Unfortunately, it's now about a gender. It's not a gender thing. This physical abuse and domestic abuse thing is not a gender thing. It could be a man, it could be a woman. But I want to tell you, if your girl child, your boy child, they are witnessing all these things, forget it. There's no how. If there are 4, there's no how 3 of them will not be abusive. Kò possible, kò sí nǹkan tó fẹ́ fi kún. Kò sí nǹkan tó fẹ́ fi kún. Okay, somebody said, I share a video of the effects of domestic violence on children. I saw every angle of domestic violence between my parents as a child. I must say I have a trauma. God, there's no how people will not have that trauma. I wonder because this particular video I'm talking of, tó wà lọ́wọ́ mi, all the children, they are even the one tending to the wounds of their mom, and their mother is still inside that house. And she has been enduring this abuse for the past 20-something years. It is inside the abuse she had all these children. The children witness everything day in, day out. They are now in their late teen. There is a particular one among the children that is 20 years old already. Imagine at that age, looking at your mother and your father beating each other. There was a video. It is not about a gender thing. It is not a tribe thing. It is not a color thing. There is this Arabian video I watched too. This Arabian video. That one is another video that the image has refused to leave my brain. That woman is all this powder woman that covers their face. The guy was carrying their last born. The firstborn was standing by. And this guy kept giving the woman punches on her face. He kept... One thing about some women too, you saw a man giving you punch and you were standing there. The guy kept giving her punch. She did not retaliate, but she stood there talking. The guy kept giving her. She stood there talking. Some people came by. The people that came by, instead of them taking the woman away, they were taking the baby away. I said, you are collecting the baby to continue to beat the lady or what? In the process, the guy did not leave the baby, but he kept punching this woman. Their first child was now crying. That girl should be about 8-9 years old. The girl was crying bitterly because only God knows how many times that child has witnessed this thing. And somebody will tell me that child will not be traumatized for life. She will not live with that trauma. She will not marry with that trauma. She will not live with her partner with that trauma. She will not become abusive on her partner. Okay, somebody Sarah Bose a PhD holder when it comes to wow. Even with their mono and polygamy, something they do. Kí ló tún kàn wọ́n lára? Wow. That girl, the first child is a girl. Tell me how that girl will not tomorrow be on the defensive. Tell me how that girl, if she marries a man that seems too soft for her, she will not be abusing the man back. I'm going to leave my line open. Parents, we need a lot of work to do. Wọ́n ní gbókù ọmọ wa bá wa nlé, wọ́n ní pé wa ká wá gbókù ọmọ láṣẹ Èdùmàrè. Sorry, that's the only way I can do the prayer. We will not bury any of our children because they went to marry somebody. Please. Marriage is beautiful when there are two people involved. I keep saying it. I said it is not our own age group. Ọ̀rọ̀ marriage ò kan age group wa yìí mọ́, à ń tanra wa ni. Many have endured it. Many have managed it. Many are still into it. Many women today, especially women with high esteem, that are not married, they are happier without a man. I will tell you this fact. Take it or leave it. Believe it or not. At a certain age, many of us know that a man by your side is nothing but stress, except you find a good one. So it does not validate who a woman is. If you see a good one, fine. I won't rule it out. Having a companion is beautiful. But be sure the companion you are having is there genuinely. Is not a companion that has failed in his life, that is looking for somebody to help him, or a nanny or a carer when he has failed. Especially if you are a single mother, that you have done so well for yourself and your children. And for the younger ones, marriage is beautiful. Marriage is not a school. Please. Marriage is not a school. The more they call it a school, the more tougher it will be becoming. The more too much expectation. It is not a school. Ilé ọkọ kìí ṣe ilé ẹ̀kọ́, ilé ìgbádùn ló yẹ kó jẹ́. Marriage is to be enjoyed, not endured. Marriage is where two people that have corrected have to stay together. If one head is not correct, they cannot stay together. Wàhálà ni. Let us stop making it look like it is a do or die affair. Òun ló fi jẹ́ wípé many are mentally deranged today. They are wearing clothes, but they are not normal. Until tó bá bá wọn ṣe pọ̀. They are not normal. Some men are not normal. Some women are not normal. Ọlọ́run má jẹ́ kó sí nǹkan tí ò yẹ ká kó sí. Ilé ọkọ is not ilé ẹ̀kọ́. Ilé ẹ̀kọ́ means where you will go. Teachers will cane you. No, it's not ilé ẹ̀kọ́. Ilé ẹ̀kọ́. It's not a school. School is where you go, you will not sleep well. No, because you have to do exam. What exam are you doing in your marriage? What exam? It's not ilé ẹ̀kọ́. Marriage is a place whereby two people, when you see yourself, you should be happier. When you are apart, you miss each other. Of course, like siblings, àwọn ọmọ mi jà. You will always have issues once in a while, but the issues do not result to beating. Issues should not result to insulting each other to the extent that ẹ ṣépè fúnra yín, ẹ búra yín. No, you will have issues. Few days ago, àwọn ọmọ mi jà nínú ilé yìí. Kí ló fàjà? Somebody cook jollof rice. Their senior brother, because he leaves home early for work, and he said they are always busy at work. So he cooked jollof rice. He loves jollof rice. So he cooked his jollof rice. He cooked this very nice vegetable. I always like that is combination of vegetable. He cooked it. He didn't cook plenty jollof. He said because the sauce for him is not much. So he cooked the one that would take him to work for the week. He did his chicken. He did the vegetable. He said, I'm the only one is permitting to eat out of the rice. Me, I took the rice. Unknown to the siblings, they didn't know that the food was for work. One of them carried food yesterday, I been at which day, before he wake up, they finish rice. Now, so I wake up on the family group. I saw who ate my rice. Whoever ate that rice, thumb up for you. You have really tried. You deprived me of my lunch at work. I say, Wala day. As I see the message, then I say, Oko mi ma binu. I saw the rice in the fridge yesterday. Ta ló wá jẹ rice by torí Ọlọ́run. Who ate rice? The person that ate rice could not talk. Say, Wala today. At the end of the day, the person confessed, I'm the one that ate rice. I'm sorry, I didn't know for work. It's for work. He said, don't worry, Shebi, you have eaten it. Quarrel will start. Imagine their husband and wife. And that was how they ended it. But some people can take it. If it's a troublesome child, you will know from there. If it's a troublesome child, the wahala will start from there. If it's 13 more ọkùnrin tó máa fún yàwó ń wàhálà nìyẹn. He ended it there. Ọkùnrin ló sóúnjẹ tí obìnrin jẹ. He said, no problem, Shebi, you have eaten it. That one now said, I didn't finish it. There is small one left that I want to take to work. He said, take it to work. Only take it to work, no wahala. Èmi ò tiẹ̀ mọ̀ pé ó ní kó take it to work. When he came back, she said there's another one in the fridge. He said, no, I've asked her to take it to work. I said, who she call me? Má bínú, àwọn náà tó jẹ oúnjẹ. He said, no problem. He said, I will have cooked more than that, but the sauce was not enough. I said, no problem. Those are the little signs look out for in children while they are still at home. I'm not saying they are perfect, but àwọn ọmọ tó bá máa violent, fried from their parents' house, wọ́n ti máa exhibit. Ọmọ tó bá máa violent, right from the house, between siblings, they will exhibit them. They will exhibit that character. Kan tó wá lọ dáràn fún ẹ lọ́jọ́ alẹ́. I was hearing about a woman. Ọlọ́run má jẹ́ ká fọjọ́ alẹ́ ká fi ṣe àgùn. Ní fọjọ́ alẹ́ wá ṣàgùn. I'm not saying kò sọmọ tí ò ní lọ́wọ́, kò sọmọ tí ò ní ibi tó kù sí. But violence yìí, ìyẹn lèmi ò fẹ́. I'm so scared of violence because I have seen a case of violence that I know violence is never good for anybody. Before I go forward and I open the line for us to start calling, somebody should help me to type the line. I'm finishing calling. There was a case of this lady. It's not good to to be violent, so because you can think you have the power to send somebody to the grave, to jẹ́ pé wọ̀gàn ló máa lọ. Violence is not good in any way, in any form. So there is this case of this guy who has a temper. He's always upset. And the wife knows. The wife was pregnant. So they were going out one day. This is story that happened in my Korokoro eyes in Abuja before I relocated years ago. They were driving. And you know Lagos now. Before I continue with the story, oh yeah, give us some like on the video. Oh yeah, ẹ jẹ́ ká gba like díẹ̀ lórí video. Give us some like on the video. Once I start seeing, oh yeah, let us have some like. People are telling me to pause. 112 likes. Let's have more likes. Okay? 114 now. Can we get it to 150? Is it possible? $117 now. Oh yeah, 120. Let's get it to 120. 118. 250 likes. I want to like you, not pọ̀ jù, but only my wa. They can't do without watching our show because of their pastor. They love our show. But because when we talk about their pastor, they don't like that. So there is no how they will not come and watch us. So they will not put like, let's continue. Either they like or they don't like. We are doing what we need to do. Anyway, so this particular weekend, thank you, Temitope. Let me pin the number to call. This particular weekend, husband and wife, the wife was pregnant. They went out for weekend, going out. Weekend, you know, so as they were going, there was this guy that now bashed their car. The husband was now upset. The husband got down. And the wife was in the car. You know your husband. You know the kind of person he is. There is a hot-tempered person. Probably, he has even been beating her at home too. She sat there. Instead of to hold him and say, don't go down. She be moto nogba. Okay, let's assume the guy went down. You now saw the guy fighting. Your husband fighting. As a woman, you sat in the car. Watching your husband fighting. Because you think your husband is a King Kong. He can fight anybody. Anybody. She sat in the car. Watching the guy fighting. I've told you the story. Thank you. Like play. Now the person where the husband they fight, carry wood, plank, knock am for head. Right there in her presence. Now so the husband slump, die. Right there in her presence. The second guy carried a plank and hit it on the guy's head, and the guy slumped and gave up right there. Right in her presence, and she was looking at it. Violence, nobody can say where it's going to lead. I have seen cases of couple fighting, and somebody that came to separate them, the husband, while trying to punch the wife, punched the man that came to separate them, and the man that came to separate slump and die. Manslaughter ni ẹ̀wọ̀n yá. Are you going to say, oh momo, okay? Why did you engage in violence in the first place? Oh momo sha. Why délé ẹjọ́ kó lọ ṣàlàyé? Wàá sùn ẹ̀wọ̀n for some time. Kó tó mọ nǹkan tó ń ṣe ẹ́. Now, don't let us digress and forget what we are talking about. We are talking about our girl children, our boy. They want to get married. Because one of the pressures that is causing all this wahala is, number one, marriage, the wedding we do. The pressure, the society pressure of marriage. Ọmọ fẹ́ ṣèyàwó. They will have spent all they have doing wedding, because Lagbaja did their own like this, Tamedu do their own like this, like Ashegbe did their own like this. Is it the wedding proper that is the real marriage, or the marriage that is marriage? Because many of these people, after they get married, remember, they will start counting how much they have spent. How much did they have? Why you allow and you watch the way they were wasting money, all because Lagbaja did it this way, Tamedu do it this way. Financially, after marriage, they become choked because they've spent most of the things they have doing marriage, because they are trying to impress, or they are trying to be like Lagbaja, they are trying to be like Tamedu. So immediately after the marriage, the impact of the finances, the pressure of the money they have spent, the reality will start dawning on them immediately after marriage. Especially the man that puts in so much because he's a man. Remember, it's the man they will ask, buy this, buy that. You have to do this, especially in our own kind of country that we come from, the Yoruba and the Igbo. I don't know about Hausa traditional marriage. Some Yoruba don't collect money, but they will collect load. They will collect, they will change 5 times. And the laces are expensive. This is why Austria that is making lace. Austria is making lace, but they will never wear it. Austria is making gele, but they will never wear it. But we, year in, year out, the gele that Yad Tamedu used last year. Yanimota used that gele last year. The one we are going to use this year is Ace. Emi o mo ito nre ni e ma binu. I don't follow fashion of Nigeria. I don't dey follow Yoruba fashion right from my CC. I don't like it. I count it as wastage. This is me. The gele that is raining now is HOH. The one they wore last year is actually okay. So for this year, we must do better. Iya Bola last year, he used HOH lace. This year, na Swiss low kini kola malo. HOH lace ni is in vogue. It's the one we are going to use. And you have to change 5 times. Mama, like his sister me call. When her daughter was to marry, she said, I don't want crowd. This girl is doing very well. She's earning very well. She's a doctor in nursing. Kelly moye tó ń gbà. Ó ti ra ilé gidi. When she was to marry, the mother said, no, I'm not going to let you waste all this. Lágbájá ṣe kinní kan, Tàmẹ̀dù ṣe kinní kan, ó pọmọ ẹ̀ jókòó, ó bá sọ̀rọ̀ yá àtọmọ, ó sọ fún pé no, we don't need all this. I respect that woman. Kò gbà kọ́mọ òun kó fún rẹ̀ pressure. Auntie, kò gbà. Ó ní no. You know why? Because she knows after marriage, after wedding, the marriage proper is there for them to face. And their future is there for them to face. She said, no pressure. And I've imbibed their culture. I said, Timba ma ṣe ìyàwó ọmọ mi náà. Mo ti ń dọ́gbọ́n bá wọn sọ. And luckily enough, ọmọbìnrin tó yẹ kó jó ní wàhálà fún rẹ̀ gan ti sọ nǹkan tó fẹ́ mo ló ṣe ọkọ mi. Níbo bá máa tásìkò. Ó ṣe ọkọ mi, ní ìdáríwó. Níwọ̀n bá, dẹ̀ ní ìdìnáwó rẹpẹtẹ. Àjọ kò yín sí gbèsè o. Lágbájá ṣe tiẹ̀ báyìí, Tàmẹ̀dù ṣe tiẹ̀ báyìí. The dimension kan tiẹ̀ wá gbọ́rọ̀ ìyàwó lọ́nsìn, ó wá lẹ́tìkẹ́. So by the time they are facing that, the wife will get married, get pregnant. Immediately she gets so. At least that is our prayer. Pé tọ́mọ wa bá ti ṣe ìyàwó, tán wọlé ọkọ, kóyún wọlé ni. That is the prayer of every parent. Pregnancy will enter. Do you know the dimension of pregnancy, Malo? Do you know the eventualities of life that might spring up in the process, and they will not be able to come and tell you? This is why we should not allow them, or we should not push them, because we belong to a certain club. We belong to this club. At the end of the day, most of this, I belong to that club. I belong to this club. Àwọn ẹgbẹ́ Lágbájá, ẹgbẹ́ ọmọ Ìjẹ̀bú, ẹgbẹ́ ọmọ Akilẹ̀, ẹgbẹ́ ọmọ kinní kan, they have to be there. At the end of the day, after all the pressure, wọ́n á ṣe ìyàwó tán, ìyàwó yẹn gbà míì náà, after all the pressure, ní nǹkan bá wá ń ṣẹlẹ̀. Ara is one of the reasons why some of them we say, don't come out, má jẹ́ káyé bá mi gbọ́. ìyàwó tí mo ṣe táyé gbọ́ tọ̀run mọ̀ wọn ò gbọ́dọ̀ gbọ́ o ládùúrò owó tá a ná with all the money we spent nothing must you must stay there you cannot come out o be enduring manage it be enduring. So after marriage pregnancy will come, pressures, other pressures, other eventualities, so many other things. And you know what? I find out that most marriages tí wọn kì í náwó fún ló ń last jù. Quote me. Most marriages that both couple, husband and wife, can agree together and say, this is our life, let's do it this way, and they go to their parents in humility and say, mommy, daddy, we don't want this is the kind of thing. You can see that agreement in their life. Already you can see these ones, they have priorities. They have set their priorities and they are not living for validation of the outside world. They are not allowing the pressures of the outside world to affect the home they want to build. The moment young couple especially, the moment they start allowing family pressure, public pressure, outside pressure to start having impacts on whatever they want to do, trust me, they are already failed as a couple. They can't go far. Because they will need to continue to live on the validation of the outside world. They will continue to live the life of others, not their own life. So, precious ìyẹn, ẹ jọ̀ọ́, let us allow our children to be strong financially, to be ready mentally, psychologically, mentally, and every way. Ṣé yàn tí ń pè ní? Okay. Ẹ tí ń pè mí ò mọ̀. Okay. So if I miss your call, I'm calling back. This is a lesson for us. Ẹ má jẹ́ ká push àwọn ọmọ wa. And please stop that slogan for our children. Let us end that rubbish slogan. Let us, if people are doing it, you and I, we will not tell our children. Our boys, hello? Good morning, ma'am.
Yes. The first of all, there's this phrase that the parents use when the kids are when they are getting married. They're like, Ilé ọkọ ọmọ lọmọ ń gbé. No. Ilé ọkọ ọmọ lọmọ ń gbé is connected. The husband that motify, error fún ẹ tó máa ṣe ní ṣekúṣe. Look, that statement is bold. Ilé ọkọ ọmọ kọ́ lọmọ ń gbé. When I got married, during my engagement, my father said, notify local that you're about going into the world. I got married at 26. That you are married now. But there's a clause in this marriage. Please, if anything gets wrong over there, please, your bed, your room is still available. Come back home. And my mother-in-law was like, why should you say that? You shouldn't tell her to come back home. Every little thing she'll be coming back home. My father said, even if they pinch her, she should come back home. You know why I told my daughter to come back home? If you tell her that stay where you are, even if they are killing her, she will stay there and say, where do I have to go back to? Because my parents said I shouldn't come back home. And you know what? She already gave birth to a child for you. That's +1 for you guys. If I lose my first job and my first daughter, that's -1 for me. So she should come back home. Do you know what happened when I got married? Every little thing, if I just want to misbehave or my husband wanted to misbehave, my mother-in-law was like,
because you know you have somewhere to go.
You know the dad said she should come back home. Leave her alone. You know, she's here temporarily. Because the father said even if they pinch her, she should come back home. That gave them that made them got scared and respectful. They respected me so much that even if I'm guilty, my mother-in-law will say, not the law coming.
Auntie, with what you just said,
Ma,
do you know these people that I'm using their story, as the case study? You won't believe the parents of the groom are already calling for divorce. I'm telling you. They are telling the mother, divorce, because they saw that girl as a burden. I'm just backing up what you said, ma.
How can you and some mothers, because of what they wanted to eat, because of their incapability of taking care of their responsibilities, they want the husband to take care of their responsibilities for them, and they will push their children, their female child, to go and get married because of Ijakuje. Can you imagine a 16-year-old girl marrying a 50-something-year-old sugar daddy? You told her they are cooked. Even me, that I'm an old woman, I cannot marry that man. I'm not going to call his name. You understand?
Yes,
but because of money and what they want to eat, and some parents, some mothers, it's just simply because of accolade. That money you use for elaborate wedding, why don't you use that money to make your child stable? Why don't you invest? Why don't you give it to them so they can be financially stable? Your daughter can be financially stable. Set up a business instead of doing elaborate wedding.
God bless
Empower
you.
your daughter.
Wedding.
Some kids are just babies, and the parents will be the one to take all the responsibility of all. Clothes, this, that, they will finance the wedding.
Displace priority.
Establishing your children, make them stand on their 2 feet. You'll be doing accolade because Yasikira did wedding, elaborate wedding for their child, and you eventually lose 2 lives, because if they end up buying each other, the one that buys the other 2 is going down.
Ben.
So it's 2 lives lost. And if they have children in that marriage, you deprive the children of their both parents.
Yeah.
So why do we want our selfish interest to overshadow our thinking? If any child, I'm an helicopter mom, I'm telling you, if I see any red flag like this, I'm already standing back. You cannot beat my children. Even their father cannot beat them mercilessly. I'll tell him, no, don't touch my children. Squad them. Talk to them. Talk less of an outsider. I will meet somebody beating my children. I'm telling you. And they say, stay there. Let's empower our children. Empower them. Don't force them to go and get married. They are still babies having babies.
Benny.
Let them empower them. Stop doing accolade.
Thank you, sis. So the line is open if you want to call in to contribute. +1 3240 351 9287. WhatsApp only, or do we call it a day? And do we call it a day, or you want to call in? I've only seen 1 missed call, and I've called her back. This was yesterday. My dad told my husband, don't dare to touch or maltreat my child. If you are tired of her, please send her back to alive. Abi, and my husband never dare it. That's it. Let me pin this comment. That is it. Ọmọ wa lọ sílé ọkọ, wọ́n lù, ìwọ ìyá wa wà ńbẹ̀. Right there in your presence, with cesarean, with CS section on that girl, a girl of 23 years old. As a mother, you are saying wípé kàn bẹ́ẹ̀ bá sọ̀rọ̀. Kàn bẹ́ẹ̀ bá sọ̀rọ̀, ó fi yáwó ni. If I miss your call, I'm calling you back. Oh, shoot. Sorry, I'm trying to call you back too. So you can call again. Marriage is for 2 people who say they are correct. Not if one is badly damaged from where he or she is coming from. Let that person go and get the right kini ko to fe yawo ko to foko. That is it. This is why we should encourage people should share their growing up with each other. Don't hide it. So your partner can know when you need help and you work it together. I'm trying to call you back. a ní fojú sunkún ọmọ o lọ́jọ́ alẹ́ o. I'm trying to call you back, caller o. Ó yẹ pé wọlé ká wá round up o. We don't collect owó orí because of things like that. Yes, some family don't collect owó orí. Èmi go ní gbowó orí lọ́wọ́ anybody. I'm not collecting owó orí. Tọ́jú ọmọ mi ni. Wọ́n fi ìyà jẹ, wọ́n fọwọ́ lọ, wọ́n lu ọmọ mi, ìwọ kọ́ ló bí. Mo ti train ẹ̀. Tó bá dẹ̀ fi pé kò wọ́ ti training tó fẹ́, yẹ kó máa bọ̀. It's not that bad. It's not that bad. You are not the one to train a child. Neither is it in any place of a woman to touch a man. Tọ́n bá ti bayé ẹ̀jẹ̀ níbi tó ti ń bọ̀, má kó ọmọ ọlọ́mọ sí wàhálà. Because some of these men, it's not as if they are violent. Ìyàwó tó ń fẹ́ is the wife they marry. So it is the wives some men marry that are actually violent, not the women. I mean, not the men. Oh, lè máa gbá ọkùnrin létí kóhun náà máa lu ẹ now. What you give, you collect back. I'm calling you back. You are not picking. You said hello, auntie. I'm calling you back. Oh, okay. She's calling to Abi. Abi ta ló ń pera wọn náà àwa méjèèjì. My dad gave the owó orí back. Yes. Kò tiẹ̀ dání. It's not good at all. While children are there witnessing, even if children are not there, let's even assume there is no child. Máa lu obìnrin, kẹ́ máa lura yín. It's everlasting damage. If you are beating a woman, she's staying with you. Or you are slapping your husband, he's enduring. The day the man will free himself from you, oh my hate a big bay. The same thing goes for a woman that a man is beating. Oh my, it's a big Benny. There are ways to solve things amicably. Ha. Hey, gbogbo ẹ ló ń gbọ́ sí miss call. I'm calling you back. You should be rounding up soon. There are ways to solve issues amicably. Number one, everybody gets angry, but in your anger, be careful words that comes out of your mouth, especially to somebody you are married to. This is where violence comes in. Be careful of your choice of words. Control your temper. The way you control your temper at work. Oh, child is okay because you are upset at work. You insult your oga. No, you control it, right? You'll be mindful because you still want that job. The same way. Of course, there are some things that will happen that you won't really want to speak your mind out. And I agree, you should be allowed to speak your mind out. And this is where communication comes in. Emma bínú mo ti ń gbé call yín mà. Hello? Hello?
Hello?
You are on, ma.
Hello?
You are on. I've always said it. If you want to call, turn off the other gadget or else you will not hear. Another woman locked her husband inside the bathroom when she knew her husband was about to be going for a promotion interview. Ṣé ń gbọ́ṣẹ́? Ṣé ń gbọ́ṣẹ́? Ṣé ń gbọ́ṣẹ́? Àwọn àṣìkò obìnrin. Kọ́lọ́run má jẹ́ káwọn ọmọ wa pàdé irú wọn. Ṣé ń gbọ́ṣẹ́? Like I said, we have them in women, we have them in men. Ibi tán ti ń bọ̀, náà ti ń kó ṣì yẹn bọ̀. Ibi tán ti ń bọ̀, ilé lèmi máa rán wọn sí. Àwọn ìyá àti bàbá wọn ò tọ́jú wọn. Ibẹ̀ náà ti ń kó bọ̀ wọn fìfẹ́ tọ́ wọn. Hello, my sister.
Yes, ma'am. I just wanted to ask if I can call you privately, maybe after the show. It's just to
okay.
Talk to you about something, what you're discussing now privately.
Okay, sure. Ọ̀tọ̀ lẹ́ni tí mo ti rò pé orúkọ tí mo rí yẹn ni. All right. A máa ń pè yín padà o. Hello, you are on, man.
Auntie, friend doing?
Ma.
Yes, ma.
Good afternoon, ma.
Thank you so much. At least I'm able to get to you today. I'm calling from Canada.
Yes, ma.
Okay, ma. This is your program. There are 3 times you have handled a program I wanted to call in. I don't get it, but I want to take opportunity today.
Yes, ma.
Let me give you. This line is not coming clear well. I don't know what's happening.
It's clear, very clear with us here. Maybe your side. Very clear here.
Okay.
Yes.
So I can be talking.
Mm-hmm.
Let me give you a life example. I'm on the 7th level. So I have children I've sent on marriage, and I have that. But I tell you one thing, in the Nigeria, I want your train no more marriage. Or come back and stretch his leg or her leg. So you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
That kind of a person does not understand. Like that person, so many people say yes. Oh God.
I'm on court.
He's talking about the selfish, the ego of a man. And that is what is happening. And then the girls too. I have seen girls who are sent to go to school. They want to go and marry because of my friend has gotten married.
Thank you.
I don't know where that pressure comes from. But with all glory be to God, I have girls and they are in professional fields. One is a prof, one is an engineer, one is a doctor, and one is a lawyer. I don't say way any man. I will just stand from the very first day, like that lady that thought that my parents didn't take clinical. I didn't take. And I stood on the people coming and telling them, I'm a woman like that, and they know me. I had a case pending now. The boy did not read anything. It's only these people that came, and I told these people, if he tampers with my child, we're in North America, I will make.
Can you mommy in court? Network.
I'm carrying the phone for your children, for your girl child. And I just hope that with the awareness going on, I hope the girls too will know that their lives is in their hands. You have been shouting. There was a time you shouted on these children going to Libya and all that, but they're still going.
Very much.
So that's why I tell when you say some things, I say leave these people, they will not hear. Leave them, they will not hear, because except some things happen to some people, they don't listen. And that's exactly what I am in one now. I have one at the moment. The boy is saying he wants to leave the house. He's doing a care job. The wife is what do you call it? It's a lecturer in the Augusta University. That is paying for the house, for the children, for the everything. But he wants to collect his salary. He wants to collect the lady's salary. I was still talking to them yesterday, and I told him, he said, Mommy, I'm a politician. I said, just leave me to be a politician, but I'm going to call these girls' parents and let them know that you want to kill their daughter. So that's what you see around. But when you are doing this talking, until those girls themselves knows what they want. When you are supposed to go to school, go to school. It is not whether you are marrying early or you are marrying late. At my own section, I didn't get married on time. I got married at 27. I didn't even have a child until when I was 30. After 30 years, in between between the 3 of them.
Network.
In marriage, when you go into a marriage, you don't know what is there in stock.
Network. Mommy, call mommy.
You might get married.
Anyway, it's 5 minutes. Now mommy just reminded me of that story I was talking about. Do you know that one of the reasons why the guy was beating that lady with the CS was because they were still expecting that lady to still be doing work in the house, to cook, to clean, to feed, to do everything she was doing when she was not pregnant, when she did not have CS. This is another area. Thank you, Mommy, for reminding me of this. Mommy said most of these our boys, we concentrate on the girl child. We teach the girl child what and what to do. What are we teaching the boy children? What is the duty of the boy children in the house? Remember, the world is revolving. Remember, it is not like in the days of our forefathers. It is not in the generation of our own, where all the man does is to go out and work. Even the women are working too, but the women are still expected to do everything 24/7 inside the house. The cleaning, the feeding, the cooking, the everything, taking care of children, everything is on the woman. Many of us experienced it. Many of us, don't let us paint it like we never did. We experienced it whereby, after, even if you are a full-time housewife, it is still expected your man should still assist when he comes back, to take the pressure. This is why some women, when it comes to bedroom matters, after all the stress, they will tell their husband they have a headache. It's not as if they have a headache. They have been stressing, taking care of the children and everything. And you come back, the next thing you want to do is to climb them again. It's not appealing. If you are a man here, you are listening. It's not appealing. A woman that is stressed cannot enjoy sex. No, she can't. It's like extra burden. That is why women, I'm talking about your woman in the house, not your girlfriend. Your girlfriend, of course, make time for you and everything. But I'm talking about your woman in the house, taking care of your children, taking care of everything in the home front to make sure that home is okay for you and your family. You don't expect, after all the stress, you are not assisting, to still come back and she opens her leg easily. I will call you back and can see your missed call. I want to quickly do this. And she opens that leg and it will be easy for her. No, it's like you have added more job for her. She's not enjoying it. No, I am talking as a woman. Take it from me if you are a man. If you want to enjoy your woman, assist her in your own little way in that house. That way, doing that thing will be pleasurable for her. Women see it, when it comes to a certain stage, they see it as extra burden. It's nothing enjoyable anymore because the stress on them is choking them already. This is a family time with us, so we can... Yeah, go ahead. You are on.
All right, ma. Good evening, ma.
Good evening.
Yeah, I wanted to also add, you see, marriage counselings that are being done also has a role to play. Okay? You see, when they do I married very early. So when they do marriage counseling, the focus is on satisfy yourself. You know, make sure you cook for your man, make sure your man, those basic things, okay? The focus is on that. The focus is on the surface of marriage. The marriage counseling doesn't look at the daily realities of marriage, okay? And also, when they start preparing, I remember when I was preparing for my wedding, the focus was so much on that day of the wedding. That's the focus. I had a child when I was 19. Of course, I got married in my early 20s, but the focus was so much on that day of the wedding. Both sides of the family, the focus was, okay, what's the guest list? Those kind of scenarios. The HLB and everything. Everybody was so focused on that. Okay? Now, I remember very well in my wedding, I looked at everybody around me. And the way the weddings are done, depending on the kind of families you marry into, the way weddings are done, eventually, I remember turning to my spouse then and said, okay, so at a point, we were even strangers in our own marriage. We were actually guests in our own wedding. That was the level it was. Well, of course, we kind of understood it. Now, when it came to counseling, the focus wasn't on what to expect. It was painted as if once you get married, everything is smooth. They didn't take into consideration that we were coming from two different backgrounds. We were coming from two different life experiences. Okay? So when we then got married and obviously settled into our marriage, we then began to see the daily realities. And those daily reality meant, like in my own case, my ex was working in a different city away from me, about 6 hours away from me. I was a young mom. Okay? Yes, I was independent. I had my own job and everything. But looking back now, I mean, we're no more together. But looking back, there are a lot of things that we would have done differently if we had, what will I say? If we were prepared for our reality. You know, it was the way things were, the way we kind of, you know, we're young. I mean, he was in his mid-20s. I was in my mid-20s. He was in his late 20s. But it was almost as if, you know, oh, look at your mom and your dad. You know, these people, they've been married for so many years. So, you know, people were telling us, I remember on our wedding day, some people were saying, you know, we've been married for 30-something years. We've been shaking it up. But they don't tell us the nitty-gritty. They don't tell us that reality of, okay, there was a time we grew apart. Okay, there was a time that when we got married, you know, when you're doing I love you. And I'm saying it because I was a very young person who got married. So the whole thing, we were made to feel as if love is the final say. So long as you are in love will sort out everything. But I know that looking back now, I know that's not the reality. And very quickly, both of us learned that love was not enough.
Never enough.
You know,
never enough.
Love was never enough.
Never. It's just a foundation.
Even the two of us, sometimes when we reflect, we actually realize that what we were calling love, we were actually not in love with ourselves. We were infatuated with ourselves. You know, for me, I was coming from a background where my father passed when I was a child. So to me, my idea of the man I'm looking for was I wanted a man that grew up with his mother and father.
Okay.
And I wanted a man that his father and mother were in his life. But
thinking that would make a perfect man.
Guys, he has to be, those fantasies. But over the fantasy, there is other realities there. And also for him as well, he wanted to model his mom.
In a woman.
And I fitted that picture. You understand? I fitted that picture. And over time, what we then realized was, even though I fitted the picture of his mom, I was never his mother. Because I had a different approach to life. He had a different approach to life. So, and for me, when we had conflict, I'm that kind of person that when something is wrong with me, you know, I will say what I want to say. Once I've cleared my mind, that is me. On to the next. He was the kind of person that will not talk. But when we were dating, I saw all of this. But as far as I was concerned, love will conquer it.
Love conquers all.
We have a child together. As we grow, there was that fantasy. And I can say confidently, I walked into my marriage in a lot of fantasy. And so, of course, we're no more together. But with our child, when I then got to a stage where my child was, was growing up, I realized my mistakes. And I was very, very clear that I was not going to allow that repeat itself with my child. So even when my child will bring, when we talk and stuff, I will say, look, love is not enough. I sit him and his partner down. Love is not enough. There is a whole lot more to I love you. What's your friendship like? Interestingly, both of them, they work in separate places. They work far away. It's almost like replicating what happened with me and the father. So I then said, look, this is what distance causes. Yes, to an extent in our own way, we were kind of intentional. But if we had the reality that, okay, as time goes on, both of you are going to grow apart. But growing apart is not the problem. How do you navigate that? For instance, because I was at the childbearing age, I struggled with, of course, I'm going to have breaks in my career, but I was not prepared for that reality. Yes, we had domestic staff in the house, we had families who were supporting us, but I was like a stranger, even in my own marriage. And I don't know if it's making sense.
Yeah, sure.
So all I'm saying is, when I, like, even the churches, when they were doing, we went to a church counseling, the focus was on, if your husband is ready, you have to say, okay. Remember, you have to make sure your in-laws, make sure you look after them. Your parents, make sure but they were not looking at me and him as an individual. We never got any counseling on that. The focus was on everyone except the two of us and what our reality held. Because the fact that we even had a child unplanned, that caused a lot of tension between us. It's not because we didn't love the child, but it caused a lot because I wasn't prepared. He wasn't prepared to be a father. I wasn't prepared to be a mother. But it's natural as a woman. Naturally you would just get
immediately. Yes.
Well, let me say, it was a response, and I'm that kind of person. I face my reality. So the moment I found I was pregnant. I found I was pregnant 2 weeks to having my baby. So it's not like I even had the time to prepare him.
So you didn't know you were pregnant?
I didn't have time to prepare myself, ma.
You never knew you were pregnant?
No, I didn't know I was pregnant. I just went to the hospital with my cousin. In short, to tell you how stupid I was, it was me and my cousin, we went to our family doctor. That's to tell you how stupid I was.
And you got a human going for money,
If I understand then. So within 2 weeks, our life turned around from I love you to, a child is there. Suddenly he was getting ready for his final year. I had to prepare myself. I was just getting into university. All of that played out. And that was always something that always caused tension. It's not because we didn't love the child, but we didn't have that time to adjust from just being boyfriend and girlfriend that adored ourselves to transitioning into, we always knew we wanted to settle down with ourselves, but we didn't have that space to transition. And it came back to haunt us. Because everybody, when we got married, everybody was so excited. At least now they are married. At least, that kind of, the focus was on that scenario. They didn't look at, we didn't have that right guidance around us. So that's something I wanted to highlight, yeah.
Thank you.
All right.
Somebody said, it's better you go to a professional marriage counselor than even after a church counselor. You see, all this counselor thing, are you sure the person does not have underlying issues, trauma, where they are coming from? What I think is couples being honest with themselves. If our children meet somebody, I'm talking to parents, I want to believe most of the people with me here are parents with grown-up children or growing children or with little children too. Most of you are married already or probably divorced, so there's no need going into all that. But for the benefit of parenting and looking out for our children and doing the right to our children before they get married, I would want to advise, if our children meet somebody, we want to ask them some questions. How much they know about that person they are dating. Either our boy child or our girl child. Ask if there is any childhood trauma they are dealing with. And of course, this love select. You can't be the one to select. Your heart goes for whoever it wants to go for. Agbawaburabe will bashieri. You can't choose. This is the person I want to love. Your heart chooses. So we can't tell our children not to love somebody. Okay? Our parents tried it with us. Some of us have issues with our parents because they tell us, don't marry this person. And just anything money fair, this is the person I love. And they have no choice than to let us go ahead. Some, it work out beautifully. Some regret and say, I should have listened to my parents. Okay? So it is still going to be the same with our children too. They will meet somebody and say, this is the person I want. And you might be, and they will be like, this is the person I want. So I think the right thing we should do is, once they meet somebody, before they get deeper, you are seeing them with somebody, ask questions. Some people will say, it's not good to ask questions. Some people will tell you, it's better to that. Someone was telling me, was it a few days ago, that I don't meddle in my children's relationship. I said, no, me as a mother, I will meddle. I want to ask them questions. Number one, I want to know what they are doing, which is very important to me. I don't want somebody, my hard work, somebody to just come and mess it up. How can they mess it up? For example, I have a daughter. She's just exactly like me, very hardworking. In fact, as at yesterday, I saw her cutting after work. I said, what are you doing again? She said, I want to sew clothes. She's always up and everywhere. So, very hardworking and all that. Somebody coming into her life, I want to know, does he have a job? What job does he do? That's very important, right? I want to ask about his parents. I don't bother whether they are broken or not. As long as he didn't go through abuse. He doesn't see abuse. Not all children from broken parents are bad. Please take that. Okay? And I want to know, did he witness abuse? If he does he have any impact in his life? How is he behaving? His anger level and all that. If he's a boy child, my boy child, I want to ask. And I'm monitoring the girl. I'm monitoring how the girl is. I want to ask questions. If she gets upset, how does she handle all that? Does she have a job? Why I'm so particular about their job? When one person is hardworking, the other person is not hardworking. It's going to amount to poverty in the long run. When both are working and they have their head on their neck, it will help the family. They won't be a burden and come back to me later in life when I'm old, I can't do anything again. Those are the things I'm looking out for. Okay? Those are the things we should concern ourselves with. And when we notice or we ask, they should ask. We should allow them ask. They are growing up. Their story life. How did she grow up? How did he grow up? His parents, where are they? Who are they? It doesn't mean they have to be Obama's children. As we can see, being an Obama's children does not amount to perfection. Okay? Being Trump's children does not amount to perfection. Being Othello's children does not amount to perfection. You can be the child of an ordinary person and have your head on your neck. So we ask all those questions. Look out for signs. When they come around, you are looking, even though you are pretending you are not seeing. You know, you don't shook eye too much. So let them know you are shooking eye before you will chase them. Before you will chase them away. Because most of us are at that stage whereby we know they can say at any time, this is the person I want to marry. So you can't still shook your eyes too much into what they are doing before they will look at you and be like, prognosing grandmother, mother-in-law. Okay? So it still has to be with style, especially with children in still developed world. They will be like, duh.
Hello.
Hello, good afternoon, sis. We should be rounding up. Hello, hello, you 2 hours. Hello, sis, you are on.
Okay.
Sorry, please, hold on, ma. Can you please just give me 1 minute? Somebody's
say during our parents' days, we had helpers. They had helpers. Relations helping, blah blah blah.
Yes.
So even if they are not working, they still have helpers. I don't know. Maybe you understand what I'm trying to say. To help when they
back home. You are talking about back home then. So that takes a lot of pressure. Yes.
So even if they are not working, they still have people to help them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's just what I was about to say.
Okay, ma. So it makes a lot of the pressure on them is not as much as the pressure of today.
Yes.
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 You are right. You are right.
Yes.
Thank you, ma.
Okay then. Thank you.
Thank you, ma. So somebody is asking and said, hello, auntie, what if you ask and they are not forthcoming? That means there was no relationship developed between you and the children right from onset. If you have this relationship, they want to tell you things. They may not tell you everything, but they will still tell you some things that you can hold on to. I believe, I may not be 100% right, okay? But I think when you have built the relationship with them over the years, we are talking about your children. We are not talking about strangers here, right? We are talking about your children that you nurtured, spent all your life for, your investments, not only in cash, your investment in time, except you do not have that time. Thank you, Olariwajuko. If you have spent time with them, you've built that bond over the years. There is no how they will hide things from you. Like, for example, I won't say all my children are the same. They are not. No child is the same. My last born of recent went for holiday of recent, and I went to pick him at the airport. And when he told me he was going with a friend, he called me while he was there communicating and all that. And I never asked if it was a female friend or a man boyfriend. So I went to pick them at the airport, and I saw this lady, this young girl with him. I didn't say anything. I just allowed them enter the car, and he told me I'm dropping the girl first before I drop him. So, okay, which is good for me. After dropping the girl, we both were in the car and we started gisting. And I say, she babe, is that our babe? He say, mommy, everything is your babe, your babe. If she's your babe, I would have told you, no, she's not my babe. She's just a friend, nothing more. Why are you Nigerian parents always thinking people cannot have friends? Say she's just a friend and we decided to go for the trip together. I said, did you sleep in the same? He say, no. They slept in separate room. They just went to, that's the friend he has. I said, I remember I've seen her before. Say, she always come to the house. I say, hey, I thought that's our babe. He said, no, if she's our babe, I would have told you. I have told you I'm not ready for babe. Let me be done with my school. I don't want distraction. I say, oh, they'll call me. I'm just asking so that we will know. If that bond is there, if that bond, I'll keep saying that bond for young parents, if you are watching me, if you don't build that bond from when they are young, it's difficult when they are old. Or let me just tell you this. It's not something I love to say. It's just like me and my mom. There are some things I can't tell her because the bond was not built over the years, unfortunately. She would have been the best person for me to call anytime I have issues, but no, she'll be the last person I will call. It's unfortunate. But with my children, I didn't make that mistake with my children. That bond is very important to me because I know what I'm missing. I love her. She knows I love her. That's my mom. She knows. But I'm telling you, with my children, I won't joke with my children. That bond, I don't compromise it. I will never, ever joke with it. People that are close to me, that call me, that we gist on the phone together for hours. I have people that I call on the phone. So one of them is here watching me. She knows the kind of bond I have with my children, the kind of play we play. I will always say, I don't have much to give them. The little I have, I will not say I was a perfect parent. I have told you my mistake. And I hope we are all learning from it. When we talk like this, we are helping ourselves. Yes, Auntie Bola Benuma, Eshema. So, there are some mistakes some of us have made. I won't say I'm perfect parent. I have my flaws. But that bond, please, don't joke with that bond. If you're a young parent here, that bond is going to be what will keep you later in life. If that bond was not there from onset, it's always difficult to build that bond later in life. You know why? That child already detached from you emotionally. That child already does not see you as a confidant. That child already does not see you as somebody he or she wants to talk to. That child already has somebody else he or she is talking to and comfortable talking to. So if that bond has been broken, somebody asks, what if the bond has been broken? Due to various reasons, please, what do you do if the bond was not very strong from onset due to various reasons that you cannot control? It all depends on the age of the child. If the child is a full-grown adult who has his or her life, I'm so sorry, it's just what you might have to live with. You can try, but trust me, it's all about a child trusting you from when they were young. It's all about a child. A bond. You know what a bond is? It's like a chain that is stuck together. You know all this chain. Toman join moranwo. once that chain, if you allow one of those chains to remove, it's not the same again. I don't know if that explains what I'm trying to say. So something has been detached somewhere, and if that child will confide in you, it won't be something that important to that child. If he's a full-grown, developed adult, if the child is still young, you can still work something out with the way you have to be the one to build that trust back. You have to be the one to have that open door. You have to be the one that will be doing the embracing. Okay? And if he's a full-grown adult too, you can still try in your own little way and still kind of, do the opening, embracing. Which most of, I think I spoke about this last weekend or so, when we spoke about child parenting and all that issue, that you get to a stage, even as adults, you be the one to make sure your door is open back for that child. You kind of embrace that child. That child is not going to come to you now. There's this adage in Yoruba, now this time around, you have to be the one to stretch your hands. That child is already having a hand like this because that child is not trusting you anymore. So that child is not going to shepa. That child is on her own. That child is looking at you from the distance as a semi-stranger. So you have last Friday, so you have to be the one to now do this to that child. That my hands are open by your attitude and character. And that your attitude has to be consistent. Not that today you are upset, tomorrow you are laughing. You can't afford to do that anymore. Not that today you are harsh and tomorrow you want to smile. No, it's not going to work. That means you are telling that child you are not yet reliable. You are not yet trustworthy. Okay? If you want to make amends with a child, with that child that has detached from you, you have to be consistent. Even when they do something, adults, we are not talking about babies. To feel correct, you will still have to calm down. So even when some things that they are doing is not right, there is a way you will pass it. Not in a harsh way this time around, in a loving way. And you will throw it back to them. Not as if you are enforcing. No. You will be like, what do you see to it? How do you think? Have you seen this? Have you? Emotional detachment. God bless you. That's the word I should have used. Emotional detachment. Don't let, if you have young children here, don't let it happen between you and your child. To get it back is very tough. To have it back is very tough. So koma shele lo ti daju. It doesn't mean you will not be a parent too. Àsìkò tó bá yẹ kó jẹ́ parent, you will be parents. Time tó bá yẹ kó sọ̀rọ̀, you will be sọ̀rọ̀. But ó máa dé stage kan, tó bá ti dé stage kan. Especially as teenagers, you have to calm down. Because most children detach from parents during teenage years. And that is when they start looking for friends outside. They start looking for companionship outside. They start looking for a substitute. Your substitute outside. That is why some of these children get involved in sexual whatever early. Because somebody somehow takes advantage of that opportunity and starts sleeping with them. And they take it to be love. And they get emotionally attached to that person. Not because they want to, but because they are seeing that person as the strength to go on and to move on. Where you are failing them. Parenting is not easy. It's never been easy. There are times you will cry. You won't let them know you are crying. But trust me, letting them know you are crying sometimes help. I'm not using emotional manipulation or blackmailing on them, but I let them see my weak moments to let them know that I'm a mother and some things are not easy for me. I let them see it. And I show them, they know I give my all to them. Children are not dumb. They are not deaf. They are not dumb. They are not deaf. They are not blind. They see every sacrifice you make. But if you are making this sacrifice, don't say because you are making that sacrifice and you are abusing them, it's coming back to you. So I let them, they know they see. One call it shame me mark pe won. Uncle me. Or come by me, mommy, what is it? This is what is going on. Son, they might not have the right word to tell me. They give me a hug. And they will say, don't worry, mommy, everything will be all right. What other consolation does a mother need? For your child to come to you and tell you, mommy, everything will be all right. Don't worry, you will be fine. We are together in this. Trust me, that's the best consolation every parent needs. Than for you are crying for something and your child sees you and they close the door and walk away. That, yeah, you too. No, but because they don't see you do that, they know you have always been strong for them, you have always been there for them. And, when they see you in that moment, they don't want to stay, they don't want you in that moment. So I see it very funny when parents say, no, you have done something wrong somewhere. You feel like feel emotions for any. And that's the saddest thing for any parent, especially with all we do for children these days. Okay? With all we do for children these days. I know men may not do this. Men, they don't cry. But trust me, if you are a present father in the lives of your children and anything goes wrong, they feel your pains. They walk in that pains with you. They walk in that pains with you. But if you are detached from them, no. So at this point, I think we have to stop here. Okay, somebody said, my 25 years old. Where's that comment? Will tell me about his sex life. What he could not even tell is that because we are so bonded. Men do cry. They cry in the dark. I said they don't cry openly. Benima, I take that back. They cry. They don't cry openly. They cry inwards. And when they are in pains too, honestly, children that are bonded with their father know something is wrong with their father. Children who are bonded with their father know this. Muri comments constant. From age 21, from age 2, I easily separated from my mother. Wait, I want to grow. Shoot. I want to read these comments. From age 2, I easily separated from my mother. Met at the age of 11, no relationship between us till she died. I have forgiven her. You are making me cry. Oh, I'm so sorry, Esther. I'm so sorry. Oh, I'm so sorry you could. Look, let me tell you something here. Somebody told me something. He said, and I think that will be useful. If you have issues with your mom here, especially your mom or your dad, for one error or the other, and they are trying to make up, please give them the opportunity to. You know why? If you give them the opportunity to make up with you, especially if they have played a role in your life. I'm not talking about the ones that didn't play a role. Those ones, I don't have pity for them. Either a mother or a father who does not play a role in a child. I don't have pity. Queen Esther, I'm giving you a hug from here. Okay, my sister. You are not the only one that have experienced. So many people have experienced mother's neglect, okay? Some, not because the mother wanted to. Some, because the mother wanted to. The ones that the mother did not want to or the father did not want to, the circumstances made them to. There is room for forgiveness. Embrace them. Allow them back. You know why? For your own healing. For your own healing. I'm not talking about the ones that are very useless. So we have them in women, we have them in men. I'm talking about the ones for one reason or the other. Like some fathers, they were deprived the opportunity to be in the lives of their children by their wives, not because they want to. Such father, embrace them, forgive them. Play your role, especially in their old age, in your own little way. You know why? When they go, you will be at peace. You will not flog yourself when they go and think you have failed. Okay, Queen Esther. But the number to call after the show. Okay, somebody is even calling. I have a traumatic childhood. I have no relation with my mom as my parents separated when I was so young. Live with my parents, different relationships. Wow. I'm calling you back, oh. Me, they won't 1 minute ago. Is she trying to call back again? So, okay, let me see if she will call. If she not, we'll be rounding up. So try and, forgive. You know why? If you don't forgive and they go, that pain stays with you, and guilt especially. So you might need to seek the help of a therapist for that. Maybe 2-3 sessions will help you. Don't feel guilty and don't feel you have... It's just what it is. Don't feel guilty, and that will make you feeling like, I shouldn't have done this. Because when it happens and they go, you will start thinking, maybe I should have done this. Maybe I should have done this. Maybe I should have done this. And that one is kind of not okay for anyone too. So please, this is the only person that can... This person that says she wants to call after the show. So these are the only 2 numbers. So send me a message ahead that you are the one. Then I will call you back. Send me message on +1 240 424 6200. That's my direct line. And I will not speak until you tell me you are the one and this is why you are calling. Once you tell me you are the one, then I will call you back. Outside that, I don't call, neither do I respond to messages on that line. Please take notes. The only thing I get from that line is probably to get people that send content, that send videos for us to talk on. I will just pick the video. I don't even call them back. Most times I tell them thank you. Most times I try to do that. I always say thank you anytime they send me that, or I click a thanks if I'm busy. But if you send me a message ahead that you are the one, then I know we need to talk, then I will call you. +1, I hope you are getting the number down. +1 240 424 6200. That is the number to call. Somebody said I had no relation with my dad, and now I'm trying everything not to repeat his mistake in my family. Not good to propagate ignorance because of parental trauma. That is it. Your child should not go through what you went through, and we have to make conscious efforts on all of this to make sure we don't repeat it in the lives of our children. You grew up from a broken family. It will be disastrous if you allow your family to break up too. Try and see what you can do. Make sure, be conscious, be intentional in your marriage for your children's sake. Not only for you. Those children are going to be your future. Many children today are a product of their home. A child becoming a junkie, a child becoming this, a child becoming a prisoner is because of something that has gone wrong somewhere that he didn't manage very well. And at this point, I really had to go. May we all reap the good fruit of our labor over our children. My dad was also a beater. He beat me, and after a while, he had no woman living with him. Now in my mid-age, I remember so many issues. I'm still finding out to cope with life's issues. Abike Olusheye, if you want to talk to me, you can call me on that number too. I have 3 people that have said to call me. We can talk. A problem shared is a problem half solved. Speaking out, talking to someone helps in our trauma. And honestly, I always recommend it. If you're not comfortable talking to me, find somebody you are comfortable talking to, and speak your trauma, speak your pains, but make sure it's somebody that has the right word to speak to you. Because one thing I find out about our people is when you speak to the wrong people, they will make your situation worse. Like I've seen people blaming children for the abuse their parents put them through. I am against that in all totality, 100%. I have seen people whose children messed up. Like somebody was saying, most children messing up in abroad, they are these children that wants to mess up. No. What went wrong in the home? Your home should be a safe haven for your children. Once your child finds your home not a safe place, then something has gone wrong. You are doing something wrong. Your home should be a place your children want to run to, throw their bags, their school bag, throw a lot of things and feel free in that house. But once they are not okay, they start locking themselves up in their room. They don't want to mingle. They don't want to talk. Something is going wrong. please try and talk to them, try and find out. Make sure they are mixing together, you are mixing together, you are having family time together once in a while. I know in this part of the world, especially abroad, it may be tough for us, but please find out that time to have family time. Nothing stops you. If your children are still young, you still have control over their time. Having a family time out once in a month minimum. If you can manage twice a month, family time out, picnic, going out to eat, going out to the movies, something, just do something if they are still young. Okay, find something to do. Back home, even back home in Nigeria, we do it. I remember then, I would go to amusement park, despite my being a widow. I will find time to take the children to amusement park. We will go to movies. We will go to ShopRite. I will find that time. We will go. Sometimes I will take them to go and eat in a called big treats. Big treats, in there, big treats. We will go and eat there at least once or twice a month. That was what we used to do with their dad. Stop. So those are things that are very necessary in a family. Please don't be too busy for your children, and please be intentional. Be conscious of the words you speak. They don't forget words. Pick your words with them. Don't just speak word carelessly. It's sticking in their brain, and they may start acting with that word you are calling them. Some people will call their children, you are very useless. Trust me, that child will show you that he or she is useless and mess your life up. Ireo. Bye guys. Kenny, nice weekend.